Hello and welcome to Wisdom Forge. Mastering the 6 Ghosts of Fear, a path to unshakable confidence and success. Introduction: Understanding the 6 Ghosts of Fear. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold a person back from achieving greatness. It lurks in the subconscious, shaping decisions, limiting potential, and creating self-doubt. However, fear is not an invincible enemy. By recognizing and understanding the 6 basic fears that plague humanity, we can begin to dismantle their influence over our lives. These fears are deeply ingrained, often passed down through generations, and reinforced by societal conditioning. Yet, with awareness and deliberate effort, they can be overcome. This presentation will explore each of these fears in detail, examining their origins, symptoms, and the ways they manifest in our daily lives. More importantly, we will discuss practical strategies to conquer them, allowing us to unlock our full potential and live a life of confidence, purpose, and success. The journey begins with self-awareness, acknowledging that fear exists within us and committing to mastering it. The 3 enemies of success: indecision, doubt, and fear. Before we can achieve success in any area of life, we must first eliminate 3 destructive mental states: indecision, doubt, and fear. These 3 are closely linked, each feeding into the other. Indecision is the seed from which doubt grows, and doubt, when left unchecked, solidifies into fear. The process is often slow and subtle, making it difficult to recognize until fear has already taken hold. Indecision paralyzes action. It keeps us stuck in a loop of overthinking, preventing us from making firm choices. Doubt erodes confidence, making us question our abilities and worth. Fear, the most dangerous of the 3, magnifies limitations and convinces us that failure is inevitable. Together, these mental barriers prevent the 6th sense, our intuitive, creative power, from functioning effectively. The first step toward overcoming these enemies is self-awareness. We must examine our thoughts and behaviors to identify where indecision, doubt, and fear have infiltrated our mindset. Only then can we replace them with decisive action, unwavering belief, and courage. The 6 basic fears: an overview. Every human being experiences fear in some form. While there are countless fears, they all stem from 6 fundamental ones. Fear of poverty, the dread of financial insecurity and lack. Fear of criticism, the anxiety over judgment and rejection. Fear of ill health, the worry over sickness and physical decline. Fear of loss of love, the terror of abandonment or emotional rejection. Fear of old age, the apprehension about aging and irrelevance. Fear of death, the ultimate unknown, the end of existence. These fears are universal, affecting people across cultures and generations. Some individuals may struggle with only 1 or 2, while others battle all 6. The key to overcoming them lies in understanding their roots and recognizing their symptoms in our own lives. Each fear operates in cycles, becoming more pronounced during certain periods. For example, economic downturns amplify the fear of poverty, while times of war heighten the fear of death. By studying these patterns, we can prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to resist their influence. Fear number 1: the fear of poverty. The fear of poverty is perhaps the most destructive of the 6. It breeds scarcity thinking, convincing people that they will never have enough, no matter how hard they work. This fear manifests in behaviors such as excessive frugality, risk aversion, and self-sabotage. Symptoms of the fear of poverty: indifference, lack of ambition, settling for mediocrity. Indecision, procrastination, letting others make decisions. Doubt, self-sabotaging beliefs, imposter syndrome. Worry, obsessive concern over finances. Overcaution, avoiding opportunities due to fear of loss. Procrastination, delaying action, waiting for the perfect moment. Poverty is not just a financial condition, it is a mindset. Those who fear poverty often unknowingly attracted by focusing on lack rather than abundance. The antidote is a shift in perspective, viewing money as a tool for growth rather than a source of anxiety, and cultivating habits of disciplined saving, investing, and wealth building. The psychological impact of poverty fear. The fear of poverty does more than just limit financial success, it affects mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. People trapped in this fear often experience chronic stress, low self-esteem, and a sense of helplessness. They may avoid taking risks, even when opportunities for growth present themselves. This fear is deeply rooted in societal conditioning. From a young age, many are taught that money is scarce, that only a lucky few achieve wealth, and that financial struggle is inevitable. These beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. To break free, we must rewire our thinking. Replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" Focus on value creation rather than just earning. Surround ourselves with financially successful mindsets. Take calculated risks instead of avoiding them entirely. By mastering the fear of poverty, we open the door to financial freedom and peace of mind. Fear number 2, the fear of criticism. The fear of criticism is a silent killer of dreams. It prevents people from expressing themselves, pursuing their passions, and standing out from the crowd. This fear often stems from childhood experiences, harsh judgments from parents, teachers, or peers, and evolves into a lifelong habit of self-doubt. Symptoms of the fear of criticism: self-consciousness, nervousness in social settings, lack of poise, difficulty speaking confidently, inferiority complex, feeling unworthy compared to others, extravagance, overspending to impress others, lack of initiative, avoiding leadership roles, lack of ambition, settling for less to avoid judgment. Many people live their entire lives trying to meet others' expectations, sacrificing their own happiness in the process. The solution is to develop unshakable self-confidence. Accept that criticism is inevitable, even successful people face it. Focus on self-approval rather than external validation. Surround yourself with supportive, uplifting individuals. Practice assertiveness in expressing opinions. When we stop fearing criticism, we unlock the ability to live authentically. Fear number 3, the fear of ill health. The fear of illness is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Those who obsess over sickness often manifest physical symptoms due to stress and negative thinking. This fear is exploited by industries selling quick fixes, from fad diets to miracle supplements. Symptoms of the fear of ill health: hypochondria, imagining illnesses that don't exist. Focusing on symptoms, constantly checking for ailments. Avoiding exercise, fear of overexertion. Susceptibility to sickness, weakened immune system from stress. The mind-body connection is powerful. Doctors who remain fearless around contagious diseases rarely fall ill, proving that attitude affects health. To overcome this fear, focus on wellness, not illness. Adopt healthy habits without obsession. Avoid excessive medical news consumption. Cultivate a positive, stress-free mindset. Health is a state of mind as much as it is a physical condition. Fear number 4, the fear of loss of love. The fear of losing love is one of the most emotionally crippling fears. It stems from deep-seated insecurities and past experiences of rejection. This fear can lead to jealousy, possessiveness, and self-sabotaging behaviors in relationships. Symptoms of the fear of loss of love: jealousy, distrusting partners without cause. Neediness, clinging to relationships out of desperation. Overcompensation, trying to buy love with gifts or favors. Self-abandonment, changing personality to please others. How to overcome it? Build self-worth independent of relationships. Communicate openly instead of assuming the worst. Understand that love should empower, not control. Accept that healthy love does not require constant validation. When we release the fear of losing love, we attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Fear number 5, the fear of old age. Many people dread aging because society equates youth with value. This fear leads to midlife crises, excessive cosmetic procedures, and a refusal to embrace wisdom. Symptoms of the fear of old age: denial, obsessively trying to look younger. Regret, dwelling on missed opportunities. Resistance to change, avoiding new experiences. Financial anxiety, worrying about retirement. How to overcome it? Shift focus from decline to growth. Aging brings experience. Stay physically and mentally active. Plan financially to reduce anxiety. Celebrate milestones instead of fearing them. Old age is inevitable, but suffering from it is optional. Fear number 6, the fear of death. The fear of death is the most universal yet misunderstood fear. It paralyzes people from taking risks, pursuing dreams, or living fully. Symptoms of the fear of death: existential anxiety, constant worry about mortality. Avoidance of danger, even when irrational. Religious fanaticism, using dogma to cope. Obsession with legacy, overcompensating for impermanence. How to overcome it? Focus on living meaningfully rather than fearing the end. Accept death as a natural part of life. Use mortality as motivation to take action now. Explore philosophies, stoicism, mindfulness, that address impermanence. When we stop fearing death, we start truly living. The 7th evil, susceptibility to negative influences. Beyond the 6 fears lies a deeper trap, allowing negativity to control our minds. This includes toxic relationships, pessimistic media consumption, self-destructive habits. How to protect yourself? Control your mental diet, limit exposure to negativity. Practice selective listening, ignore unsolicited pessimism. Use affirmations, reprogram limiting beliefs. Associate with positive thinkers, energy is contagious. Your mind is your greatest asset, guard it fiercely. The power of decision, killing indecision and worry. Indecision is the breeding ground for fear. The moment you decide firmly, fear loses its grip. How to make fearless decisions? Define the worst-case scenario. Is it really that bad? Set a deadline, avoid endless overthinking. Trust your intuition, your first instinct is often right. Commit fully, no second-guessing. Worry is just imagination used against yourself. Replace it with action. Self-analysis, identifying your fears. To conquer fear, you must first admit it exists. Ask yourself, which fears control me the most? How do they show up in my daily life? What excuses do I use to avoid confronting them? Exercise, write down one fear you will defeat this month and the exact steps to overcome it. Final thought, you are in control. Fear is a choice. You can let it paralyze you, or use it as fuel to grow. Every great achiever faced fear, but they refused to let it win. Now, it's your turn. Thank you, and let's stay connected. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. If you found this video valuable, imagine what you'll learn next. Subscribe to Wisdom Forge and hit the bell icon so you never miss more thought-provoking content, practical wisdom for everyday life, the tools to unlock your full potential. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway or what topics you'd like to see next. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning.